Okay, so today's topic is post build activities. Any idea what you mean by post build activities? What do you mean by build? Any idea what do you mean by build? What?
Create. Build means create.
Exactly. Build is nothing but you are creating something new. Correct, right? It can be a new house, or it can be a new factory, or it can be a new business. You are building the team, also, people sometimes call it as correct. Na? But in terms of IT, infrastructure, build is nothing but you are creating a new computer, or you are installing a new computer, or you are installing a or creating a new virtual machine inside the VMware, or you are building a new server in the cloud. Okay, so build is nothing but you are creating a new virtual machine. Okay, means VM creation. In our case it is VM creation, correct, huh? So once after the VM creation, what are all the activities that has to do, okay, you have to do whenever the VM build is done. There are couple of checklists are there. Those checklists has to be verified to have the proper naming convention, proper IP address, proper time zone, and all the disk management access, and also the domain joining. Okay, there are multiple checklists are there. First one is renaming a computer. First one is renaming a computer. Okay, second one is making the IP address static. Making the IP address static. Third one is verify the time zone. Verify the time zone. Okay, and fourth one is domain join. Okay, and fifth one is granting access. Okay, and the sixth one is disk management, disk or partition. Okay, these are all the post build activities we have. And in the real time office, if it is a server, you have one more called onboarding. Onboarding to the monitoring. Okay, so these are all the post build activities we will do during the computer build. After the computer build, what we will do, we have to verify all these things are met or not. Then the first one is renaming a computer. You might have asked, sir, why should we rename a computer? See, if I go to this PC02, my computer, right? And if you look at the name of the computer is PC02 in the VMware console. This is the VMware console and the name of the computer is PC02 here. Now let me log in to the operating system inside. Okay, and one more thing I missed it actually. If it is a machine, the another one is actually that should be the first one. Okay, that should be the first one, but that's okay. I will write it as eighth one. Eighth one, that is nothing but VMware tools we need to install. VM tools installation. This should be the first one actually, but I have forgot to write that, so no problem. Let me do that as a first one. Okay, so once you log into the computer, see PC02, if I make the full screen, it is not coming full screen. Correct, na? It is not coming full screen because it is having some of the drivers missing actually. Okay, it is not having some of the drivers are missing. What you have to do as an engineer, first and foremost thing, you have to install the VMware tools. How to install the VMware tools? You have to click on this PC02 and go here VM, and you have an option called install VM tools. So this I click on this install VM tools. Okay, once I click on this install VM tools, okay, a new disk will be inserted. Okay, And if you go to the my computer, this PC, okay, if you go to the this PC or the my computer option, if you look at the CD, right, you will see that CD installed there. Okay, I'll do maximize. I click on PC, and if you look at, this is my CD drive. VMware tools got installed. You can just double click on that and click on run setup 64-bit, and it will say, do you want to continue? Yes, I want to allow this application to make the changes to my drive. That means I'm going to install it. Just click on the installation and just follow the wizard. Okay, and say next, 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 and finish. This is the standard tools installation or the standard driver installation. Okay, the same way you install any other application in your computer. See, now it is, there is a wizard get started. What I have to do, I have to say next. If you don't know which option to select, there are three options. One is typical, another one is complete, third one is custom. If you know what exactly to be installed, you can select on the custom and just select whatever information, whatever the tools you wanted to install, module wanted to install. If you don't know any idea, always go with the complete installation. Okay, if you don't know anything about this, you should always go with the complete installation. With this option, you will install all that you need to install. You will also install what you don't wanted to install. That means nothing will be missed, everything will be installed. Okay, so I will say next. Once the installation starts, you can see now it is not the full screen. Even though it is a full screen, only small window it is coming. So this will install the drivers. See, installing the VMCI drivers. See, can you read it here? And starting the services. And it is also installing the VMXNet driver. See, all the drivers it will be installed. Graphics drivers, network driver. Okay, what all drivers you can imagine. Okay, every driver will get installed here. So soon after this installation of the video driver is completed, my computer will become full screen. See, now automatically it will become full screen. See, it has become full screen. That is the importance of the VMware tools. So with by installing this VMware tools, what you can do, it will allow you to copy the content from your base machine to the local or the virtual machine. Means you have some data that is there in your base machine, local machine. Okay, but when you are not installing the drivers or the VMware tools, it will not allow you to copy the content from that machine to this machine, the VMware machine. Okay, so to make it possible, what you have to do, you have to install the VMware tools in the machine or in the VM in which you wanted to copy the data, to which you wanted to copy the data. Okay, that is the importance of the VMware tool. Okay, so this will take some time. I don't know, this is the first time it is showing like this. Okay, it will not, normally it will not take much time. Just say restart away, maybe 20-30 seconds it will be done. Let us wait for this to complete now. Say for example, here in the VMware console, if you look at, right, the computer name is PC02. But in case when you go to the computer, inside the computer command prompt, okay, and you can see the computer name inside the operating system. There are two places you can check the computer names actually. Okay, one is at the VMware console. Okay, it is not necessarily whatever name is there in the console should be there in the inside only. Okay, but as a good practice, whatever you have the name inside the operating system, the same name has to be there in the console. That means you have to plan the name of the computer. Okay, if I say here host name of my computer, my base machine, see, it is a desktop -53 IA 295. This is not rememberable, correct na? How will you remember this computer name when you have 10,000 computer name like this? Will you be able to remember it? Not possible. The same fashion, if you have the name like PC01, PC02, PC03 and up to PC1000, then you can easily remember, okay, this is the PC500 or this is the PC1000. You can easily remember the name and you can identify. Imagine you have two offices. One is Bangalore office, another one is Hyderabad office. And you have the naming convention. PC01 to PC500. That means it is Bangalore office. PC5012 to PC1000. If the name starts in between this, then you can quickly correlate this is in Hyderabad computer. So that is to narrow down the things, to identify the things, the computers. The naming convention is very, very important. That is why having the proper name to the newly built computer is very, very important. Okay, now I will show you how to check the computer name inside the operating system and how to properly name as per the naming standard. Okay, so this is now completed 100%. Okay, because after the driver installation, I think it will get restart one more time. Yeah, it is up and now. Let me go send control alt delete, and you can see Manju password at the rate 123. Okay, and then now let us go to the command prompt and type a command called host name. So host name is a command to check the computer name or the host name. Host is nothing but in the IT it is a computer. Host is nothing but a computer. Okay. So let this login. So now my computer got booted. Let me type Windows button in your laptop or a computer and type R. Once you press that Windows and R, this run prompt will open. Type CMD command, or you can just click on the Windows tile option and type CMD. So this black color window will be coming like command prompt. Same thing. Okay, it will open like this. Okay, now I told you, right, I want to check the name of the computer for now. The command is host name. Okay, host name. If you see, my computer name is now desktop J0QF397. This is how you can see from the command prompt. You can even check that from the graphical user interface, a GUI. What you have to do check in the GUI, you just have to go to this file server option here, file explorer. Once the file explorer is open, you will get this PC. Right click on the this PC, go to properties of it. Okay, you go to the properties of it and you see here advanced system settings. Once you go to the advanced system setting, go to the computer name. See here, whatever name you are able to see here, correct? Now this is desktop J0QF397. The same thing is here, which is easy. Open the file explorer, right click on the this PC, go to the system advanced settings and then go to the computer name and then check the name is easy, or just go to the command prompt. Okay, just go to the command prompt and type a command called host, name host name, and you see the host name of a computer. See, which is easy. Command prompts are always easy. Okay, that will make the engineer's life easy. Okay, now whatever steps I used to open that prompt, now that renaming prompt. See, I have a command called sysdm.cpl and it will straight away open that prompt. See, it will straight away open this computer name tab. Correct, na? Can you see here? It will directly open this computer name option and you can just click on the change option. And now you see here PC02 is there, but here the computer name is different. Correct, na? It is like desktop-J0QF397 is there, but in the VMware console it is PC02 is there. So now there is no relevance. I mean, it is not matching. What we have to do, we have to make sure that is properly renamed. My renaming is PC02 and I will say OK. So once I click on OK, the computer gets restarted. It will get restarted. Okay. So I will say OK. See, you must restart your computer to apply the changes. Yes, I'll say OK. Then automatically my computer will get restarted. Okay, once the computer get restarted, when you again go to the command prompt and type the command called host name, then it will not be like desktop-j0q3 something something. It will not be like that. It will be now renamed to PC02. Okay, now you have the proper naming convention and now you know why we need to do the proper naming convention. One is to make sure the recognition or the identification and also to have the standardization. Okay, each and every company will have their own naming standard for the servers. Like how we will rename our, I mean, name our kids, right? The same fashion. Okay, we have to name it properly here. Okay, now right click on the PC02, send control delete, and now go to Manju and enter the password. Okay, password is password at the rate 123. You should also have the same password. Okay, once it is logs in, then you need to check what is the newly renamed name of the computer. Okay, so what is that new name we did renamed for the name for the computer? It is PC02. Okay, so let us wait for that. Yes, it is done. Now let me go to the command prompt, hit enter, and now you can run a command called, what is the command to check the computer name? What is the command, guys, to check the computer name? What is the command to check the computer name?
Host name.
Exactly. Host name is the command to check the computer name. You just have to type host name. Host is computer, and you want to check the name of that host name. Okay. And you see, it is no more that desktop hyphen J0F0 something was there. It is not like that. It is PC02. This is how you will check the computer name and rename the computer. Okay. Now, so what is your identity? What is your identity, guys? Like, so we have our address as our identity. The computer will also have their own identity. So in order to recognize a computer in the network, we should have an address of a computer. Such address we call it as IP address. Now I want to check what is the address of my computer. See, now VMware has given already one IP address by default. This VMware tool is a very intelligent tool. What it will do, it will think that okay, I should do my work. What it will do, it will automatically or dynamically assigns the IP address for each and every computer you build it. Now if you want to check the IP address of the computer, you have to type a command called ipconfig. What is the command? It is the ipconfig command to check the IP address of the computer. Okay, if you just click on enter, it will give you what is your IP address 4 address. See, IPv4 address, your IPv4 address is 192.168.230.130. You have to read the IP address like this only. Don't read the IP address like 192.168.230.130. Don't read like that. You have to read the IP address like 192.168.230.130. Okay, that is how you have to read. And this is subnet mask. This is your address. Okay, and the subnet mask is will tell you which subnet it is belongs to. Like somebody told me, no, like by using the pin code. Imagine this is also a pin code. Pin code means it is one postal limit, correct na? So this subnet is nothing but one network limit. What is this network? What is this computer? I mean, the computer belong to which network? That will be told by the subnet mask. Okay, and then the default gateway is nothing but, as the name says, it is a gateway to which or in which the computer will talk to each other. Okay, say for example I want to browse internet, so the traffic should go from my laptop to the internet world. That will go via some router. So that router address is the gateway. Means like you have the door from at your home. Correct. Now if you want to come inside the house or if you want to go outside the house, what you have to do? You have to use the door. You never use the window to go out or to come in, right? So everything has got their own uh, work actually or importance. Like we use door to go in or come in, go out or come in. The windows we'll use for lighting and the air, right? The same fashion default gateway is nothing but the point from which the traffic goes out of the network, or from the point from which the traffic comes inside the network. So this three is very very important. In this three, if you don't have anyone also, your computer will not be there in the network. Okay. So now this is not given by me. This is given by the VMware tool. Okay. Now I will show you how to assign an IP address manually. If I ask you to change the IP address of a computer, how you will change it? This IP address can be added or seen in two ways. One is this graphics. Another one is, you see here down below, you have this network interface. This computer symbol is then down below here. Right click on this computer, and some computer will have globe symbol. Okay, word symbol will be there. Both are same only. Open the network and internet settings, and then you have this change adapter settings here. Once you open that change adopt settings, see, but the network interface card of my computer gets open here. The IP address will be stored in the network interface card of the computer. Okay, this is my network interface card. This is my network interface card. There are two network interface card are there. One is for Bluetooth, another one is for Wi-Fi or Ethernet. So I let me click on the Ethernet because it is connected now here. It is into mark is there, but it is not connected. If there is no into mark means that is connected. Okay, here it is connected. Let me go to the properties, and then IPv4 properties. Okay, or if you want to check the IP address, right click on this, go to status or sorry, status, and then details, and you see here 192.168.230.130, the same thing here, whatever you see 192.168. See 192.160.230.130, correct na? And say subnet mask 255.255.255.00, and gateway 192.168.230.2. See 230.2. It is there. Correct na? See graphics, if you go, it is easy. You don't need to remember, but command it is very faster also. Okay. Now how to change the IP address? If you want to do it via graphics, right click on this, go to properties, and then click on this IPv4 Internet Protocol version 4 or TCP IPv4. Go to properties, and you have two options here. One is obtain an IP address automatically, means you are telling the computer to get the IP address automatically. Since this first option is enabled, obtain the IP address automatically, the computer is talking to the VMware and getting this IP address called 192.168.230.130. So I don't want the DHCP or the VMware to give the IP address. I want to use my own IP address. For the servers, 100% you should have the static IP address only. You should not have dynamic IP address or the automated IP address for the servers. Okay, because once in a lifetime only the IP address of the server gets changed. Once a server get commissioned today and the server address is 192.168.190.10, in the entire lifespan of the server or lifespan of the application, the same address will be there, the same name will be there. Okay, like we get our Aadhaar card, till our life we have same Aadhaar card only, Aadhaar number. Card can be changed, but the number is same. Correct na? That is the same thing. And the name, once you get the name, until unless you really need to change, you will not change until unless we die. Correct na? So till our last breath of the life, we have the same name and the same Aadhaar number. The same fashion works for the server or the computer in the network as well. Okay. Now, if you click on the second option, then it is telling use the following IP address. That means if I click on the first option, see, it is grayed out. You cannot enter anything here. If you click on the second option, it will allow you to make the changes like 192.168.190.10. Okay, or make it 60. Automatically if I put tab, automatically the subnet mask is getting changed. Okay, 255 255 255.0. Imagine you are using in class A IP address. Okay, say for example 10.0.0.1, and if I put now, it will automatically populate like 255.0.0.0. See, 255.0.0.0. If I use class B address, I will anyway, you'll understand while doing the IP address classes. If I do class B like 172.116.1.10, if I say tab, now it is 255 255.00. See, 255 255.00. But in my case, I'm using class C IP address. Then it is 192.168.190.60. Okay. And if I put tab now, press tab now, it will give you 255.255.255.0. See, this is the class C one. Whenever I do the IP address classes, probably I will do Monday or tomorrow. I don't know. I'll depend upon the topics we covered today. Okay. So then you'll understand better IP address. Okay. So now gateway 192.168 dot whatever numbers you have here. Okay, the 60 whatever is there now. Only the last digit will be getting changed. 190 dot out of under out instead of 60 you have to press 1. 99.999% of the time the gateway address, it is nothing but the very first IP address in the subnet. So if I ask you what would be the first IP address here, you have to tell 192.168.190.1. This IP address, the range will vary from 1 to 255. Anyway, I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'm going to teach you about the IP address. You'll understand better. Till then, don't worry. The default gateway means that should be the same address but ends with 1. Okay, and then you need to enter the DNS server address. So here the DNS server address is 192.168.190.10. Okay, why 10? The DNS server is nothing but in which the server in which the DNS is installed. So if I go to this google.com, this is my Google server. Okay, if I go to command prompt and check, if I go to command prompt and check what is my IP address, how to check the IP address of a computer, what is the command?
IP config.
IP config.
IP config. Exactly. IP config is the command to verify the IP address. And if you look at here, it is 192.168.190.30. And here in this 190.30, if you go to tools, you can see the DNS is installed. See, DNS service is installed. Since the DNS service is installed in this server, can I call this server as a DNS server? I can call, right? Because the DNS service is installed in this server and that server can be called as the DNS server. That is why if you look at here, okay, in the properties, I have mentioned preferred DNS server is 10. I have wrongly mentioned, I have to put 30 because that IP address of the server is 192.168.190.30. Okay, DNS means it is domain naming system. I will explain you in the upcoming classes. Okay, why do we need DNS? I'll tell you. Okay, so now if you select, if you go to the command prompt, and what is the command to check the IP address? How can I check the IP address of a computer, guys? It is IP config. If I hit IP config, now if you see here, the previously the IP address was 192.168.230.130. Now it is 192.168.190.60. Correct, na? And it is not showing the DNS address, it is only showing the three things. Correct, na? How to check the DNS address also? What you have to do is the same command, ipconfig space slash all. You are going to check all the things. Okay, what is all the things? You see, these many things came now. Earlier, when I say only ipconfig, see, it is only giving 3 lines. It is just telling you what is IPv6, v4, subnet mask, gateway. But when you say ipconfig all, it is showing all this information. That has got your physical address, whether it is a DHCP enabled or not, what is the IP address, what is the net mask, what is the gateway, and see here DNS server address also 190.30 it is there. Okay, that is how you will be able to check the IP address of a computer, and you can also able to add the IP address to a computer. That is how you do it. Okay, and the next one is you need to make sure whether the time zone is correct or not. What you have to do, you have to go here, properties, open the adjust time and time. Okay, and here you have to select the proper time zone. Imagine you are working in India. Here UTC time zone, it is UTC plus 530. See here, It is UTC plus 5:30. Imagine you working for European region. Okay, it is UTC 1 Amsterdam or Berlin. Okay, if you see here UTC plus 1, it has got here. See Amsterdam, Berlin, Rome, Stockholm, Vienna. So this is the European time zone. Imagine this server is deployed in America region. Okay, then what you have to do? You have to go to the down below. See Sydney, that is Australia. One second. Let me go with the Central Island, Europe, Georgia, Greenland. Okay, 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 okay. 00 plus 5:30. Should be 12, right? Okay, 12 and half, right? 11. Okay, okay. One second. See, that depends upon the region that you are working. Okay, you have to select according to the. They will give you. I mean, they will tell you. Okay, which time zone it is. Okay, so this is European. So I will select this one. Germany, where it is there. See, USA. That is called as Universal. 1 minute, guys. Somewhere else, Canada. Imagine if it is Canada, just select the Canada. Okay, like that. If it is US, you have to search one by one. See here it is there. Time zone US and Canada. Okay, you can just put UTC 5. If you select that, the time in see here 12:37 is there now. If I just select Indian time zone, which is GMT 5:30, you see the timing will be getting changed now. Okay, plus 5:30. If I go here, see, I'm selecting this first plus 5:30, Chennai, Calcutta, Mumbai. Now the time is 12:37. If I select that, see the time got changed to 22:07. Okay, that means 10 o'clock, 7 minutes it is. 7 p.m. Current evening, 10 o'clock night, 7 p.m. is now. Okay, that is the time zone. Another one is domain joining. Okay, so now this computer is in work group. Okay, if I go to sysdm.cpl, okay, this computer says it is in the work group. Correct? Huh? So this says it is in the work group. So work group means there is no security at all. Okay. So it is already time up now, 10 o'clock, 10 minutes now. Okay, what I will do, I will just wrap up here. Tomorrow when I start, I'll just cover this and also the remaining 2 3 topics, and then I'll start what you mean by a domain, what you mean by work group, and then I'll take you to the domain environment. Okay. So let me stop the recording for now.